Good evening, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight from Dallastown Area High School, it's Todd Edwards along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones, and a little bonus coverage tonight as we're here at Dallastown, and it's senior night, and right now the cheerleaders are being announced in their senior year, being escorted to midcourt by their parents. And we'll kind of let the Dallastown MC kind of take things over a little bit here.
Yeah, we just want to give a quick intro and let the seniors get their recognition, and that's why we started about 8 minutes early rather than our normal 7:15 start time. So we'll let the commentator take over, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Izzy is the daughter of Britt and Rebecca Eddy. Izzy not only participates in basketball and football cheer, but also runs track and field, swims, helps in the development of the Beacon and yearbook, and serves as a big buddy and Rosie's class volunteer. Izzy plans to attend a 4-year post-secondary college majoring in nursing. She would like to thank her parents for always believing in her and for being her biggest supporters and motivators. They've always taught her to be true to herself. Izzy's advice for her classmates is to always give everything you do in life your all. You are capable of anything you set your mind to. And lastly, we have Autumn Bunyan. She's not here this evening, but she's the daughter of Dave Bunyan and Kelly Moore. She's participated in cheer for 6 years and following graduation plans to attend a 4-year college majoring in psychology. Autumn's advice to fellow teammates is that you have to come out of your comfort zone in order to achieve your goals. Thank you, senior cheerleaders. And now to welcome our 2022 basketball players. Our first player is senior number 23, Nazir Henry. Naz is the son of Misha Pesor and Xavier Henry and has been playing basketball for 5 years. In addition to playing basketball, Naz participates in track and field, and following graduation, will be entering trade school applying for IT technology. Naz would like to thank his family and friends and everyone who supported him on his journey. Naz is excited to see what the future brings and appreciates and thanks God for what he has. Naz's advice to his teammates is check your attitude, have pride in your team, encourage your teammates, and enjoy the game. Our next senior is number 15, Dylan Lease. Dylan is the son of Mike and Jen Lease and has been playing basketball for Dallastown for 8 years. In addition to playing basketball, Dylan plays football and plans to attend a 4-year college where he will major in kinesiology. Dylan would like to thank his family, friends, and coaches for pushing him to be the best version of himself. Dylan's advice for teammates is to work hard and always go 100%. Next up we have number 10, Carrie McWilliams. He's the son of Carrie McWilliams Sr. and Sherry McWilliams. In addition to playing basketball for 4 years, Carrie is also a member of the Dallastown High School football team. Following graduation, he plans to attend 2-year schooling through Kinsley for his industrial degree. Carrie would like to thank his parents and friends for pushing him each and every day to be the best person he can. Carrie's advice to friends and teammates is keep working hard no matter what happens in life, and you will get what you are working for. And our next senior is number 13, Levere Powell. Levere's been playing basketball for 5 years. He's the son of Sir Spears and Robert Powell. Following graduation, Levere plans on attending trade school. Levere would like to specifically thank Coach Leonard for believing in him when he didn't believe in himself. Levere's advice for his teammates is to take criticism and learn from it. It makes you a better player, but more importantly, a better man. Please join me in recognizing and thanking your Dallastown basketball seniors. At this time, we would like to recognize the senior members of Spring Grove's basketball team. We have number 5, Bryce Ball. Number 22, Zachary Ziegler. Number 25, Jacob McCoy. Number 31, Tayshawn Dixon. Number 34, Andrew Ziegler. Number 42, Connor New. And number 44, Donovan Cope. We would also like to recognize those senior members of the JROTC and thank them for providing tonight's sword art. Those senior members are Dejan Blunt, Max Ayakana, and Michaela Martin. As we wrap up our senior night, we would like to take a moment to honor a member of the Dallastown basketball family for many years. Senior number 25, Brandon Stambaugh. Brandon's character, drive, determination, athleticism, integrity, and heart were what made him such a special young man. His star shone brightly during his time with us and now shines on us as he watches over his family and friends. While he is not with us physically, he will always be a part of all of us who were lucky enough to have had the chance to know him and be touched by his presence. It is with great honor that our basketball seniors present this token of our love for Brandon to the Stambaugh family. Let's have a big round of applause for our members of the senior class, the class of 2022. They're dealing with being a senior during yet another uncertain school year and are handling it with resiliency, calm, and class. We're so proud of what you represent to our school and the entire Wildcat family. Congratulations, seniors.
Got it, RV. to you live tonight from Dallastown Area High School. It's Todd Edwards. You got to see my backside. Now it's the front side. Joined by my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. And behind the camera, birthday boy RB, as my broadcast partner, Dew Jones, is trying to get him to pay some attention. Good help, sometimes hard to find, not just here, but across various employers.
Okay, he gave us a green light. Finally looked up. He's on his phone. It is his birthday, so he's getting a lot of text messages and things like that. So really appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate being here in Dallas. Second game this week, too. A big Division I matchup tonight between Spring Grove Rockets and the Dallastown Wildcats on senior night, no less.
Yeah, it should be a really good game tonight. We had a chance to look at the preview game as far as the JV. And Spring Grove, Dallastown JV really spanked them. Ran it up really fast.
I believe the score was 64-20 in the JV game. Dallastown all over the Spring Grove Rockets. I have a feeling tonight's game is going to be a little closer.
A little bit more competitive.
Yeah, both teams are in Division I, 4 versus 5 tonight. A key matchup. Of course, Dallastown, they're led by number 0, their senior, DJ Smith. And let's not forget Kenny Johnson. We're familiar with him on the football field.
Yep.
Tonight he's on the hardwood floor.
Yeah, Kenny Johnson, pretty much all-state player. Heavy Penn State recruit, heavy recruited by Penn State, as well had an invite to Ohio State as well, and some other places. So keep an eye on him tonight. He's playing basketball, which is his second sport. He also wrestles, track, so he's one of those multi-sport athletes.
Four-star athlete. Also, freshman Michael Scott's another player to keep an eye on for Dallastown. Conversely, on the Spring Grove side, well, they have number 15, Ethan Glass, and number 25, Jacob McCoy, 2 players to keep an eye on for the Spring Grove Rockets tonight as we bring the game to you this Friday night. And as you settle in with your bottled water, popcorn, and maybe you're watching us in front of your fireplace, a pretty good choice on a Friday chilly night here in Greater York area, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you said this game is very crucial tonight. It's 4 versus 5. Only 3 teams make it to the county playoffs, so it's going to be very crucial about who wins this game tonight. We're about mid-season, midway through the season so far, and it's going to be very important to figure out who's going to take that 3rd spot.
It's hard to believe we're halfway through the season in YIAA, and you mentioned the county championships. We're going to be there, not too far from here in York Township at York County School of Technology. We're going to christen their new gym there with the county championships and the broadcast for not just the boys, but the girls championship as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait, because last year they didn't have a boys or girls championship because of the COVID and the pandemic situation. So we have an opportunity this year to film the games again, which we did previously the last 3 years. So it'd be really exciting to go back and watch these playoffs and also film the county championship, girls and boys.
Well, and have the film from here to perpetuity. I mean, we're in our 5th season. We're approaching game 250. Can you believe that, Duke?
Yeah.
Game 250 is kind of coming up on us rather quickly. And, of course, tonight is another game in the schedule. In case fans are wondering, when's our next broadcast? It's going to take place next Tuesday between the York High Bearcats and the Central York Panthers.
Yeah, Central York Panthers, York High Bearcats, that's the rivalry we like to feature. The first game went down to the very last second with Davion Lindner hitting a game-winning shot against Central York. And again, Central York now has Greg Gottinger back, the sophomore sensation.
Sophomore.
And they're starting to roll a little bit now, so they got their feet behind them. So it should be a really good game and really interested in that game.
I had the chance to see Greg play here Monday against his Dallastown team, coming off the injury. I spoke to his father, Jay, and it was a precarious injury for him, but making his way back, of course, with Central. And I know Central's playing New Oxford tonight. So if fans are watching, they're maybe attending another game, check in on the live chat through YouTube and give us some updates. We would appreciate the updates as we bring Spring Grove and Dallastown to you tonight. It'd be a good time also to thank our sponsors and make mention to our sponsors tonight, too. First off, Integrity First Home Buyers. We're year 5 with Eric Brewer. He's been here all along with us. Also, S3 Performance Training here in York.
Prestige Motor Cars of York. Palmer's Pizza of Dallastown. Darren Bonaquisa is here tonight.
I saw
He's somewhere
Darren
around here.
Pizza's so great, you'll scrape your plate. I had a chance to talk to him along with his son Blake. They're both here. I teased him. I said, how can you break away from the restaurant business? A busy Friday, but he's here supporting not just sports shooting stars, but Dallastown athletics. And we'd be remiss in not mentioning Dean's Auto Plaza, 6851 York Road in Hanover, Pennsylvania. If you're looking for an automobile, check out Dean's Auto Plaza, and I'd be remiss in not mentioning Jesse Ferber's Prestige Motor Cars as well.
Absolutely. You want to check out our sponsorship. Our sponsorship info is at the lower third of our screen, so you'll see their contact information. You'll see their logo. We always have sponsorships available. If you want to check out our games that we got coming up on our schedule, go to Sports Shooting Stars on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're interested in sponsoring any games, we can send you a sponsorship package. Sponsorship letter. We get things going from there.
We're always looking for sponsors to continue to do what we enjoy and love doing, and that's bringing the game to you, broadcasting high school sports. We started last fall. We're going to carry right through the month of February with the county championships, and we appreciate not just our sponsors, but you, the fans, for tuning in to each of our telecasts, where we're getting thousands of viewers per game, dude. I mean, we're really, and not to stand here tooting the horn, but the support and the growth is really happening here in Season 5.
Absolutely, and that's a credit to the fans, to the sponsors, to the school districts. We don't have any problem going into school districts now, talking to the athletic directors and letting them know we want to film a game tonight. So big shout out to the fans that support us. I know they look forward to watching our live streams because, in our opinion, like I said, not to toot our own horn, but I think we provide a really good quality from the commentary to the visuals. We do everything in 1080 HD, so and it's on cable and online. So we give people different options when you want to watch the game.
And we want to remind the fans, check into our YouTube page, Sports Shooting Stars, for tonight's game, and also White Rose Community Television channel here in York.
And just from the eye test, just looking at Dallastown and Spring Grove, both teams have height. They're not like, I see some other teams in the varsity level that's a little bit smaller this year, but Spring Grove doesn't give me that feel. And Dallastown, like I said, they're guys that have been playing together for the last couple of years. So I do believe this is going to be another one of those games that's going to go down to the wire, similar to the game we just did against Susquehanna versus West York, which they knocked off an undefeated West York team that were 10-0.
Yeah, and tonight we'll see. Again, both of these teams are vying for a spot in county championships. The top 3 teams in YIAA Division I will advance. So, both of these teams are in the mix tonight, Spring Grove and Dallastown.
And it's always good and always fun to film here at Dallastown. The fans come out, as you can see. We'll go around the room, pretty much the gym, and we'll focus on some of the fans that's here tonight. But there's a lot of people here tonight. The community-based, ball club, and they love to see the team play. And as you can see, they're all here tonight.
Well, we could probably make our way up to the broadcast booth here. How about it? And catch up with camera operator RB. We mentioned his birthday. Happy birthday to RB. Working on his birthday.
Yep.
How about it?
The big 1-4 turns 14. And also want to tell the fans, when you go to the live chat, we want you to engage and also let us know who the player of the game is going to be. 9 times out of 10, the player of the game is voted by the fans. So we want your input, and we would love for you guys to engage. We got about 3 minutes, so we're going to head up to the broadcast booth.
We'll make our way up there, and of course, keep it classy on the conversations with the live YouTube chat. And of course, if fans, as I mentioned earlier, if they're out and about during watching a game somewhere else, check in and give us a score on the games around the league in YIAA. Good.
Hanging out?
It's not like
Oh.
We're back, sports fans. Todd Edwards in the broadcast booth with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. And the music's pumping. The players are getting warmed up here tonight. And a nice crowd has settled in here at Dallastown Area High School on senior night. And looking at the roster here for Dallastown, the following seniors were announced pre-game, including LaVere Powell, Dylan Lease, Nazir Henry, and Kerry McWilliams, all seniors for the Dallastown varsity team.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with a booming voice that emphasizes all the elements. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
That part is super important.
Here's why you have a booming voice.
I'm emphasizing everything.
Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance.
Look at page with every word highlighted.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Want to remind the fans that are tuned in tonight to follow Sports Shooting Stars on Instagram and Facebook. And while we have a moment, as we're just about a minute and a half away from player introductions and the playing of our national anthem, be a good time to mention our sponsors. Integrity First Home Buyers. Sports enthusiast Eric Brewer of Integrity First Home Buyers of York's been an avid supporter of the program for the past 5 seasons. Located at 2500 Kingston Road right here in York, Pennsylvania, Integrity First Home Buyers offers a fast, fair, and local way to sell your home for cash. Integrity First Home Buyers are here to help you with all your real estate needs. Give them a call at 717-718-0858 and ask for Eric. Also, S3 Performance Training, the leading training facility for student athletes in the York area and 717 area. Contact John Turpak or Ron Johns, who specialize in strength, speed, stamina, and work with hundreds of student athletes per year. Check out S3 Performance Training, located at 2810 East Prospect Road, York, Pennsylvania.
Spring Grove. Way to go, Rocket fans.
Prestige Motor Cars of York owner Jesse Ferber has been a longtime friend of the network and supported the program for the past 3 years. Prestige Motor Cars of York is located on the historical trail at 1899 Susquehanna Trail in York, Pennsylvania. The best luxury cars for $10,000 or less. Give them a call at 717-781-6750 or visit their webpage, Prestige Motor Cars of York, and ask for Jesse or Brian Elton. Also, Parma's Pizza of Dallastown. They have 2 locations, one at 1041 Haynes Road in York, and not too far from here at 476 East Main Street in Dallastown. Pizza's so great, you'll scrape your plate. Owned by Darren Bonaquisti.
Your paid or complimentary admission to this event entitles you to enjoy an exhibition of skills developed by student athletes in an educational setting. Please give these students your positive support. Booing, taunting, or intimidating officials or opponents.
Beans Auto Plaza, located at 6851 York Road in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Check out their inventory on Facebook and online. York and Adams County's area's biggest car and truck dealer, and ask for Bruce. Thank you to our sponsors and their committed support to our program.
Number 15, Ethan Glass. A senior, number 25, Jacob McCoy. A sophomore, number 30, Avon Myers. A senior, number 34, Andrew Ziegler. And a senior, number 42, Connor New. The Rockets are coached by Ryan Eisenhart and assisted by Kirby Orweiler and Jeff Zinn. And now the starting lineup for your Dallastown Wildcats. A senior, number 10, Carrie McWilliams. A senior, number 13, Levere Powell. A senior, number 15, Dylan Lease. A senior, number 23, Nazir Henry. And a senior, number 25, Brandon Stambaugh. Dallastown is coached by Mike Grasso and assisted by Ben Seibert, Seth McLean, Donovan Catchings, and Seth Leonard. This evening's officials are Gordy Kaufman, Jim Thomas, and Devin Altman. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the presentation of our colors, as well as national anthem, and please remain standing until they exit the gymnasium.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
There you have it, sports fans. A great rendition of our national anthem with the junior ROTC program here at Dallastown Area High School. A nice touch to tonight's broadcast and game. As they will make their way out of the gymnasium here momentarily. And interesting to note, as we get set to start, get ready for tip-off,
Good evening once again.
they announced Brandon Stambaugh as one of the starters, number 25.
This game will be featured on Comcast Cable Channel 18 of York, White Rose Community TV YouTube channel, and on the Sports Shooting Stars Facebook page. Good luck to both teams, and remember to like Sports Shooting Stars on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.
I was mentioning there that the MC was mentioning Sports Shooting Stars. Dallastown starting with 4 players on the court.
And I believe that's a tribute
To Brandon Stambaugh.
Brandon Stambaugh, yeah,
Passed
correct.
away.
And you can see the fans.
Would have been a senior this year here at
Absolutely.
Dallastown.
We give a wildcat ovation for number 25, Brandon Stambaugh.
Showing a lot of props to Brandon Stambaugh here tonight, which is a great thing.
And Spring Grove's possession to start it. They're in their all blue jerseys. Dallastown in their all white jerseys. Spring Grove moving right to left on your TV screen. And a scramble for the ball. It'll be Dallastown bringing the ball up. And the easy put in by number 23, Nazir Henry. And Dallastown breaks the ice first with a 2-0 lead as we are just underway here with Sports Shooting Stars. It's Todd Edwards, Dew Jones. We thank you for tuning in tonight, this Friday night. A 3-point attempt and made by number 15, Ethan Glass. And that's one way to break the glass. How about it here tonight, Dew, with a 3-point shot. Dallastown moving the ball around offensively, trying to find their shot. They're led by number 0, DJ Smith. Four to 3 right now. If you're just joining us, just underway. There's Connor New driving to the basket unsuccessfully. Fans that may be watching, Dylan Lease, no stranger to the football program here at Dallastown. He was a quarterback for the Wildcats. Now he's on the hardwood floor. And a 3-point attempt off the mark there by number 13, LeVere Powell. Spring Grove bringing the ball up court. As we mentioned earlier, Spring Grove comes in with a 4-6 record overall. Dallastown with a 5-7 record. Two teams battling for a possible playoff spot, and a steal by DJ Smith. And the easy bucket for DJ Smith, his first points in tonight's game, and gives Dallastown a 6-3 lead with just under 6 minutes to go here at Dallastown High School. Dallastown out rebounding Spring Grove. Spring Grove coached by Ryan Eisenhardt. Dallastown's head coach Matt Grassel in his 10th season here with Dallastown High School. Kerry McWilliams' three-point shot comes up short, but there for the put-in, Nazir Henry. Henry putting some points up here early with just under 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter from Dallastown High School. We thank you for tuning in tonight. Dew Jones doing multitasking tonight, doing videography work, taking some pics, and adding some commentary as the game progresses. And that's Connor New with a bucket. Pull Spring Grove within 3, 8-5 right now, Dallastown. Just under 4.5 minutes to go. And a big three there by LeVar Powell. His first points in tonight's game.
Yeah, and Dallastown's coach Matt Grassel does a great job of getting his team involved and staying engaged throughout the whole game. You got to think last year they had a 1,000-point scorer and co-MVP Michael Dixon for his team.
He was the player of the game. Remember last year at Central,
big time player, crazy hops, nice handle. He had a little bit of everything going on, and Grassel did a great job of making sure he got the most out of his player last year during his senior season.
And another player that for Dallastown that we're going to see, I'm sure, during the course of tonight's game, no stranger from the football field to the hardwood floor again, is Kenny Johnson, a junior for Dallastown, who has some D1 interest from various colleges, including Penn State. And a big three there.
And right now, Dallastown is red hot from the three-point line.
And a timeout called by head coach Ryan Eisenhardt of Spring Grove, trying to stop some of the bleeding right now as Dallastown has cut it wide open, 14-5, with 3:55 to go here in the first quarter, Dew.
Yeah, Dallastown came out red hot so far in the first 3-4 minutes of the first quarter, knocking down some big-time threes. Number 23 for Dallastown,
Nazir Henry.
Nazir Henry's getting busy down on the boards, using his weight and his shoulder to get that space and get those easy 2 points. And right now, Spring Grove, with calling that timeout, they had to figure out what's going to happen because they don't want this game to get out of control.
No, not at all.
And these teams, as we said before, they're ranked number 4 and 5 in Division I, with Dallastown being at 4, Spring Grove being at 5.
It'll be Spring Grove's possession here, coming off the timeout. And a nice crowd has settled in here tonight to watch the game. And we thank the fans tuned in at home watching in the comfort of their own home. A three-point attempt.
Short rebound
by Ethan Glass. Another big body in the paint there. You see for Dallastown, number 34, Connor Bartow, a junior. Keep an eye on him. Had a chance to see him here earlier this week play against Central.
And as we said before, looking at Dallastown and also Spring Grove, they're not small guys. We've seen small teams so far in the YIAA, but these two teams are actually had some height.
Kerry McWilliams for three. There's
Banging on
Connor
the boards.
Bartow. I mentioned that name and his first points tonight. Connor Bartow do.
Connor Barco did it the hard way. Boxed out very effectively and got those 2 points. That's a foul called.
Yeah, and right now Dallastown up by 11, 16-5 with 3:05 to go here in the first quarter.
And right now Dallastown is playing team swap pretty much. 3 guys are coming in, including Kenny Johnson, who you alluded to earlier, number 11.
Number 11. Now, you're number 1 on the football field jersey and number 11 the basketball jersey. Player that they play down in the post too. It kind of gets down and dirty in there in the rebound, as you would expect. A former wrestler and now playing basketball here at Dallastown in his junior season.
Well, he's a physical guy, like I said, as far as a football player.
There's Connor Bartow again. 4 points for Connor Bartow. He gives Dallastown an 18-5 lead over Spring Grove. And a steal by Kenny Johnson. Gets it out, Malik Chambers. And that was DJ Smith's unsuccessful on that shot, but it sure looked pretty, dude, going in. And a three-point attempt and made by number 25. That's Jacob McCoy.
And that's exactly what Spring Grove needed to get back into this game somewhat. That's a nice three-pointer.
Now only down by 10 points, 18-8, with just over 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter from Dallastown High School. It's Sports Shooting Stars, Dew Jones, Todd Edwards. We thank you for tuning in tonight.
And that's an over-the-back call against number 11, Kenny Johnson. And also checking in the game right now for Dallastown's number 4,
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott, the freshman, had a very impressive football season this year.
And equally so on the basketball court. He's gotten some minutes here as a freshman on the hardwood, being a contributor. There's Kenny Johnson and a steal, and Michael Scott with the ball. Jacob McCoy with the ball.
Nice cut.
Ethan Glass goes to the net. From the net to the charity line right now for number 15, Ethan. And an and one.
Right now, Spring Grove is starting to pick up the speed a little bit and getting some good shots. Big time three-pointer, and right now with a three-point conversion, which fell a little bit short, but they scored 5 points, and that's what they need. They retain possession, Spring Grove. Checking in the game for Spring Grove is number 10. I'm sorry, number 30 for Spring Grove.
Avon Myers checking in for Spring Grove as Andrew Ziegler is going to take a breather for the Rockets.
Little miscommunication. Drive, kick out. Open, short. Michael Scott with the ball, bringing it up, the freshman for Dallastown.
We'll be calling his name, I have a feeling, over the course of the next 3 seasons. How about it right here at Sports Shooting Stars, whether it be here with basketball or in the fall with football.
Nice drive, all the way to the bucket.
By Dylan Lease.
And that's
the
quarterback.
Quarterback
for Dallastown. Very, very physical player, Dylan Lease. Remember watching him play.
Double-digit lead for Dallastown, 20-10.
Short on that three. Dallastown is pushing the other way. And right now, it seems like Spring Grove can't get nothing going for themselves.
Yeah, it seems
but they're still in the game. And that was very close to a backcourt.
Seems as if Dallastown content to hold on to the ball here for the final series of the first quarter, do.
And we see that quite often in the county as far as getting the last second shot. And that's something that all teams want to work on in case they're in that game time situation where they have to win the game on a last second shot.
And a three-point attempt and made by Michael Scott. And what a way to potentially, it ends the first quarter. A 15-point lead for Dallastown, 23-10.
Yeah, Dallastown came out in that first quarter scoring 23 points. They were red hot and did exactly what they wanted. There was a foul call towards the end of that play after the three was made. It was an inbound call, and one of the Dallastown players was a little aggressive going after the ball, and it was a foul call. Not a shooting foul, of course.
And 1 second remains on the clock.
And that's going to end our first quarter. And the key for Spring Grove right now is to slow down that high-octane offense of Dallastown. They came out red hot, scoring 23 points in the first quarter. and Spring Grove only had 10.
Pretty impressive, and again, a 13-point lead for Dallastown right now at the end of one. And we would encourage our fans that are watching us online, and maybe you're at another game tonight this Friday, check in with some scores from around the league. I know Central's playing New Oxford tonight. A big one between Red Lion and York High. I know I had some fans message me, hey, what game are you doing tonight?
Yep.
Are you doing the Red Lion and York High? No, we're here at Dallastown. But
that would have been a great game to do, but this was already on our schedule. We will be featuring York High next week as they go against Central York. So
we'll be there.
That'll be part 2 of their trilogy of their 2 games between each other.
Remember, we were down there at the venerable York High Gymnasium to kind of kick our broadcast season off, and we'll be back, next Tuesday at Central for the rematch, and I'm sure Central's looking for a bit of some redemption next Tuesday against the York High Bearcats.
And there's another game we got scheduled that's really high on my list, is that's Columbia High School versus Executive Education.
Yes.
Columbia High School has Kerry Glover Jr., 1,000-point scorer, scored this 1,000 points last week. And, Executive Education has some D1 prospects out of
Allentown.
Allentown,
yep.
Allentown, yep.
And we're back to action here, to start the second quarter.
And Dallastown comes out with a quick 3.
Yeah,
off.
By Owen Strauss, another name we've heard on the football field, now on the basketball court. And a 3-point shot at the top of the key comes up short for Spring Grove, but they get the rebound and the bucket.
That's a nice bucket for number 25 for Spring Grove.
That's Jacob McCoy. 5 points tonight for Jacob McCoy in Spring Grove.
And Jacob McCoy is keeping his team in the game right now.
Ethan Glass also has 5 points for Spring Grove.
Right now, Dallastown's running their offense. Ball in the hands of...
This is DJ Smith.
DJ Smith.
Mentioned one of the leading scorers for this team.
DJ Smith, number 0 for Dallastown, is probably one of the best passers in the county. I really like his game. Like I said, him, Jalen Franklin, some guys, as far as layup packages and getting to the bucket. DJ Smith does a great job with his delayed dribble and gets his guys open for a big-time bucket. Keep an eye on number 0 for Dallastown.
Yeah, DJ Smith for Dallastown will have plenty of scoring opportunities.
Keeps that ball on his string. He does a great job with ball control.
Working the ball around court, Dallastown.
Tough shot.
Nice bucket
Dylan
there
Lease knocks it
by
down,
Dylan
number
Lease.
15.
4 points for Dylan Lease and gives Dallastown a lead 25-12 with just over 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
That's a turnover.
Dallastown possession, bringing the ball up court. And a scramble for the ball.
And that's a nice hustle play dive for number 42 for Spring Grove.
That would be Connor New.
Connor New is putting it all on the floor right now. The ball was on the floor, and he dove for it, even though they're down by 13 in the second quarter.
Fans that maybe tuned in remember Spring Grove Rockets from just a few years ago when a guy by the name of Eli Brooks
he
was really
TV.
tearing it up there. And we never had the opportunity, that was just before we started. I never had the opportunity to broadcast a game with Eli Brooks, but
yeah, Eli was must-see TV.
No doubt. He was a hot ticket. Remember, wherever they traveled, home or away, it was a hot ticket when Eli was there.
Spring Grove didn't have a lot on their roster that year, and he pretty much carried the team throughout the whole season.
And a 3-point shot made by DJ Smith.
And we just talked about DJ Smith. He can score, he can dribble, and he can pass. A true triple threat as a point guard for the Dallastown Wildcats. And that's a scrappy move for number 42.
That's Connor New. He has 4 points tonight.
I believe that may be the first turnover for Dallastown so far. They've been playing a really superb game in the first half. Putting up a lot of points, 23 points in the first quarter, and they're still rolling in the second quarter.
And you have to wonder, with a victory by one of these teams tonight, does this propel them, closer to one of those spots, coveted spots in county championships too?
Yeah, I think either team is very competitive, and you want to get better later in the season, that's a nice rebound. Kick out, giving his Spring Grove team a second opportunity. Number 30 with the ball. And they call a carry.
A carry, yes.
Don't see that too often, but
Nuts.
every now and again, that's a call that, that needs to be made, especially when the ball goes up around your shoulder.
DJ Smith with the ball, and Dallastown a comfortable lead right now in the second quarter. Just under 5 minutes to go. Dallastown 28, Spring Grove 14. Michael Scott with the ball.
Short. Spring Grove's possession.
Yeah, three-point shot was a bit off for number 13, LaVere Powell. Will be Spring Grove's possession.
Very important for Spring Grove to start chipping away at this lead.
And those are the opportunities and shots, Stu, that you need to make if you're Spring Grove. Get yourself back into this game.
And that was a nice defensive scheme that Dallastown had. It kind of came down in a zone and jumped out of the zone and went for a trap.
What a move by DJ Smith. 7 points for DJ Smith. And a big lead right now for Dallastown, 30-14. And a turnover there by Spring Grove, in and out of the hands of Jacob McCoy.
Seems like right now, Spring Grove is kind of out of sync.
Is going wrong right now for Spring Grove.
They're definitely out of sync right now. They got to find a guy or find a couple plays to get some points on the board. They don't want this game to get out of control right now, being down by 16 points in the second quarter. That's a nice play there. Short.
And again, those are the shots you need to make, dude, when you're under the net there and just inches away from the net.
Yeah, and Dallastown could be up by more points. They have a lot of open shots that they miss in the paint. But they're running their offense very effectively so far in this first half. Nice move. Rebound by DJ Smith. The senior point guard for Dallastown. Does a shake.
Looks like he stepped out of bounds. Number 23, that's Nazir Henry. Be Spring Grove's possession. 3:10 to go. Dallastown with a commanding lead right now, 30-14 over the Spring Grove Rockets.
And Spring Grove Rockets, they're having their opportunities. They're getting rebounds, but they just can't. It's just a little in that rim right now. Yeah, they can't get anything going as far as offense. And there's an open three. Knockdown for number 25 for Spring Grove.
That's Jacob McCoy. 8 points right now for Jacob McCoy.
That's exactly what they needed to chip into this lead somewhat. DJ Smith with the ball, open for a three.
And
Easy.
drains it, dude.
With no problem. And that's almost in the identical place where he shot his previous three.
Hits double digits with 10 points, dude.
10 points already in the first half. He's off to a great start. Spring Grove running their offense. Steal. Dallastown's on the run in transition. Kick out. Short. Nice move. Kick out for another three. Off.
Just a bit. Dude. Shot put up there by
Springle's
Ethan
player
Glass.
actually kicked the ball out. He was underneath the hoop, and you're already down by 16 points. You want to go ahead, that's a high percentage shot once you're in that range around the paint. So you want to go ahead and try to make that shot versus kicking it out for a three. I know, the game has evolved to a three-point game, but, you guys still get those 2 points when they're available. That's a nice pull-up. Nice move for number 30 for Spring Grove.
Avon Myers and his first points in tonight's game.
And Aiden Myers, I like his game. He has a lot of intensity when he's out there playing. Keep an eye on number 30 for Spring Grove. Another three. And it's raining threes tonight for Dallastown. That's about their 6th three so far in the first quarter. In the first half.
9 points for LeVere Powell.
Dallastown shooting a high percentage from the field.
Dallastown 36, Spring Grove 19.
Good rebound. Dallastown pushes. And again, they're high from the three-point line. And I know they're probably going to look for another three. And another three is going to have this crowd going fire.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And as the student section converges on our broadcast booth here,
yeah, we're always like right in the mix with the fans.
No doubt about it.
This is no exception. Quick three from DJ Smith.
Quick three comes up short.
Good rebound.
Dallastown maintains possession.
And Dallastown wants that three-point shot. And they've been knocking it down so far in the first half.
And it looks as if Spring Grove is going to try to hold on here for the final possession, maybe. Dallastown 36, Spring Grove 19, 17 seconds to go. As Avon Myers heads to the charity line here. Looking to chip away at Dallastown's lead here, 17 seconds remain. Another three-point attempt, unsuccessful.
6 seconds to go in this first half.
Kerry McWilliams for a shot. In and out of the bucket. And we've arrived at halftime with your score. Dallastown 36, Spring Grove 19. Go through some of the leading scores here at halftime. For Spring Grove, Jacob McCoy has 8 points. Ethan Glass has 5 points, and Connor New have 4 points. For Dallastown, leading all scorers, DJ Smith, the senior, has 10 points, followed by LeVere Powell, who had 9 points. Nazir Henry, 6 points. And Dylan Lease and Connor Bartow each have 4 points. And Michael Scott had that three-point shot. And we've arrived at halftime. Again, with your score, Dallastown 36, Spring Grove 19. Your thoughts, too, on the first half?
Yeah, the first half, it seems to me that, Dallastown has a little bit too much firepower for Spring Grove. But Spring Grove can do their thing and keep chipping away at the game. Second half, they got to make some adjustments. They are getting rebounds, Spring Grove, but it's not doing anything to, get the ball in the bucket. So I think that's going to be really crucial for them to play better defense. Got to give a lot of credit to Dallastown. They're shooting a high percentage from the field. They're knocking down threes, and they're playing the type of tempo that they want so far. So, the game is really in their hands.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and we hope the camera's in your hands, here as kids frantically run by our broadcast booth here. First time I think we've experienced that in our broadcast tenure in 5 years.
We tell the fans that watch our games, every gym that we go to is a new experience because a lot of gyms are not live stream ready. This is something that's new, 2020,
2022 now, by the way.
2022. But I was just going to say, late 2000s, with the live streams and, being able to use the internet, it has created a whole new platform for a lot of student athletes. So, every gym we go to, we got to find the best arrangements. And sometimes we're sitting right next to the crowd, and sometimes we're on top of the booth. So
we are, and most of the time the crowd's pretty subdued, and sometimes every once in a while, not so subdued. But we thank you for tuning in tonight, and it would be a great time to mention to our sponsors for tonight's game, to our fans, and it starts with Integrity First Home Buyers. Sports enthusiast Eric Brewer of Integrity First Home Buyers has been an avid supporter of the program for the past 5 seasons. Located at 2500 Kingston Road, right in York, Pennsylvania. Integrity First Home Buyers offers a fast, fair, and local way to sell your home for cash. Integrity First Home Buyers are here to help you with all your real estate needs. Give them a call at 717-718-0858 and ask for Eric. S3 Performance Training, the leading training facility for student athletes in the York area and the 717 area and beyond. John Turpacker Ron Johnson specializes in strength, speed, stamina, and work with hundreds of student athletes per year. Check out S3 Performance Training. They're located at 2810 East Prospect Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania. Contact John Turpacker Ron Johnson at www.s3performancetraining.com or give them a call at 717-542-4247. Prestige Motor Cars of York. Owner Jesse Ferber has been a longtime friend of the network and has supported the program for the past 3 years. Prestige Motor Cars of York is located on the historical trail at 1899 Susquehanna Trail, York, PA. Best luxury cars for $10,000 or less. Give them a call at 717-781-6750 or visit their webpage, Prestige Motor Cars of York, and ask for Jesse or Brian Elk. Hey, maybe you're looking for a meal post-game? Check out Parma's Pizza of Dallastown. They're located at 476 East Main Street. Pizza's so great, you'll scrape your plate. Again, dine in, pick up, and delivery. Located right here in Dallastown and also at 1041 Haynes Road in York. Parma's Pizza of Dallastown. And our fifth and final sponsor for tonight's broadcast, Dean's Auto Plaza, located at 6851 York Road, right here in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Check out their inventory on Facebook and online. York and Adams County's area's biggest car and truck dealer. Ask for Bruce. Thank you to all our sponsors and their committed support to our program. Ran through the sponsorships tonight as we are at halftime here.
Yeah, definitely appreciate that. We also want to tell the fans that's watching the game tonight, our sponsors are their contact information is located at the bottom of our screen, along with their logo. So, please contact them. They do a lot of good things in the community as far as, insurance, lifting weights, getting in shape.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you have some of those New Year's resolutions and maybe you want to shed a few pounds and maybe tired of the beer belly. Maybe you want to check out S3 Performance Training. Yeah. And, of course, conversely, if you're hungry, post-game, check out Parma's Pizza of Dallastown. And if it's a new year, maybe you're looking to purchase a home, and maybe before those interest rates take off, which there's been some talk that interest rates are creeping up. Yeah. You may want to jump on board with Integrity First Home Buyers and
of course, Dean's Auto Plaza and also Prestige Motor Cars of York. If you're looking for a vehicle at a great price, you want to go ahead and check them out. Dean's Auto Plaza, located at
6851 York Road, right in Hanover, Pennsylvania. So we got our bases covered. Your home, food, a lot of your necessities, your vehicles, your options to purchase a car. As I mentioned to Jesse Ferber, remember he was there at the West York game this past Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
I could not believe the average used car price last year was $29,000 for a used vehicle,
It's wild.
And I can harken back to my parents when they had a single-family home for not much more than that back in the day, which is just
inflation. I mean, I don't know what's going on, man. COVID
just crazy.
Has changed a lot of things around the pandemic. People are making less money in a lot of situations, but inflation and the cost of things are still going up.
Well, and the demand. I mean, if you have only one person interested in this, but conversely, if you have six, it drives the prices up, and you're seeing that particularly in whether it's the car market or the home sales.
And living in America, we have a lot of what I consider first world problems. If you're used to driving a car, you're going to buy a car regardless what the price is, even if you have to lease it. So these inflation prices, the national.
The inflation rate came out this week, and there was 7% interest inflation rate, which it used to be double digits way back, which is just hard for some people to grasp. As we kind of get off the tracks a little bit talking inflation.
Yeah, well, we live in the real world, so we deal with these things as well. So we definitely understand. And like I said, give a big credit to our sponsors who still continue to help us out during the pandemic. Yes. And during COVID, they still, put their money where their mouth is, and they support us 110%. And they really do it for the student athletes and for the people of each district so they can watch the game from home or from wherever convenience that they're at.
Yeah, Eric Brewer's been here for 5 seasons with us, all 5 seasons. Integrity First Home Buyers. Jesse Ferber. 3 years, so and 5 years going strong.
And Bruce Walbert of Dean's Auto Plaza. You also have Greg Basil with Basil Insurance. So they're big time sponsors. We also had Hoop Dreams.
717
Hoop Dreams with my good friend Van Davis. And countless others. Yeah, Brandon Way with 717 Sports.
Oh, a lot. Yeah, we have 5 tonight's game, but we've had a lot of dedicated sponsors throughout our 5-year plus run here. And we're appreciative of all of our sponsors, as you mentioned, especially during some of these tough economic times that some people
And our
are
sponsors
facing.
this year are season-long sponsors, so they've been, supporting us throughout the whole season. So they make sure that we can get 10 to 12 to 13, 14 games on TV. And again, during the county championship, I'm pretty sure we're going to have some new sponsors. And, of course, our old sponsors, stay on board and be a part of the program.
No doubt about it. And both teams' players are exiting the locker rooms back onto the hardwood floor. As you can see, Dallastown warming up. We're just over 2.5 minutes to go here at halftime. Dude Jones, Todd Edwards, talking a little bit of everything here this Friday night. And we want to wish everybody a happy Friday. We'll be back next Tuesday as we'll make our way to Central York High School as they play host to York High.
As far as you said, just to piggyback on about talking about everything, this is one of those games where it's a bit of a not a blowout, but they have a comfortable lead. So, we may talk about some other things to keep things interesting. But, 9 times out of 10, a lot of our games are very competitive. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Spring Grove does in the second half. If they make some adjustments, I'm curious to see if Dallastown comes out red hot as they were from the field in the first half. So, as we always say, it's usually a tale of two halves. So how the team comes out in the first half, it's not always what is vindictive of what's going to happen in the second half.
Yeah, and if you're Dallastown, you just kind of want to keep your foot on the pedal and keep this momentum going and pick up a big win tonight. Conversely, Spring Grove have some work to do to bounce back into this game. Do, are you looking at our live chat at all on YouTube? I know you sometimes are real media savvy. Any scores from around the league that people, some of the fans have maybe chimed in?
Well, I actually do have one score. Give me 1 second. We have a score by contributor Donald Smith. 19-15, Bermuda Springs over York Tech right now at halftime, so we appreciate that. Anybody else that have any?
A Division III matchup, which sometimes we talk lots of times, or you have York Catholic, you have Littlestown, Dallone Catholic in Division III.
One of my good friends, Anthony Davis, his son plays for Yorkville Tech. Anthony Torres, Jr., playing some really good ball this year. And as we said before, we will be at Yorkville Tech this year during the county championship. Their whole gym is renovated. It's state of the art. I mean, you wouldn't imagine that it looks the way it looks right now.
Yeah, and it just from the pictures I've seen, it looks exquisite. Looking forward to getting there and broadcasting the county championships next month. Follow us on Instagram, by the way. You're tuned into Sports Shooting Stars, or Facebook, for all the updates. So we may add a game or two on our initial schedule. There's been some talk of having a girls basketball game being broadcasted, and who knows where we'll pop up next, dude.
Well, we're looking at that Dallastown, the girls game, Dallastown versus Central York. I believe both teams have one loss so far this year. That game maybe is going to be played on February 2nd, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that team in that game.
And we're just moments away from the start of the third quarter. Thank you, sports fans, for tuning in tonight. This Friday night,
January 14th.
MLK weekend.
NFL playoff weekend as well.
Yes, it's now Spring Grove will be moving left to right on your television screen, and they're all blue jerseys with night numbers.
Spring Grove, there's still a little in that rim for Spring Grove. They can't get anything going. It's going to be very imperative for them to get some shots down before this game gets out of control.
And DJ Smith with the ball.
I also want to give a quick shout out to my mother. I believe she's maybe watching here tonight, Darnella Brown. Big shout out to her. I said she doesn't follow basketball 100%, but when she knows it's on TV, she turns it on, and I think
she follows you, her son, right?
For sure.
I'm sure she's very proud of what you've accomplished here in year 5 at the Sports Shooting Stars.
Thank you. I know she's definitely watching from someplace.
Scramble for the ball.
TJ Smith with the ball.
You're going to see the ball in his hands a lot, no doubt, as you mentioned. The starting
taking her
point
time
guard.
running the offense. Dylan Lease with a deep three.
In and out of the bucket for Dylan Lease.
Rebound from number 25 for Spring Grove.
That'll with Jacob McCoy, the leading scorer for the Rockets.
And we're pretty much in the kids section.
Oh, no doubt about
tied
it, too.
up.
I mentioned that earlier. Right? And a put in
That's
by
a
number
nice
30,
bucket.
Avon Myers.
Nice offense from Spring Grove. When it works, it looks good, but you know they've been struggling so far this game, so maybe they can have that same type of offense throughout the game. They can be right back in this. And as I say that, Dallastown turns around and scores a quick bucket.
11 points for number 13, LaVere Powell. 38-21 Dallastown. And it's really been all Dallastown tonight, too.
It has been. Dallastown's done a great job of keeping Spring Grove out on the perimeter and not giving them open looks or any opportunities down low.
Maybe kind of forecasting a little bit here, too. What are the chances of this Dallastown team maybe making a run against Northeastern or Red Lion?
Well, I got a lot of confidence in Dallastown because of their coach. I think he does a great job of getting wins that they need to have. They did it last year, as I said again, with 1,000-point scorer Michael Dixon.
Michael Dixon. Hey, remember a player of the year, or player of the game for us.
Co-player of the year as well. Him and Devontae Dennis.
Devontae Dennis, yep, and the put in.
And I believe Devontae Dennis is playing basketball in Texas right now. Big shout out to Devontae. Really good basketball player.
Connor Bartow with 6 points, due. Yeah, could have played football D1 as well for Central Michigan or UMass, but decided to play basketball.
And that's an easy 2 points.
And that's
what
there.
Spring Grove needs to get back into this game.
Connor
Down by 15.
Connor New with 6 points now as we're under 5.5 minutes to go. Dallastown with a comfortable lead, 40-25. Dallastown working the ball around off the rim.
Good
For
rebound.
LaVere Powell, and a rebound by the Rockets. And they're going to need that, dude, to kind of stop the bleeding here a little bit and put some more points on the board. And air ball as the fans there for Avon Myers.
Well, their student section, Dallastown student section so far hasn't been that brutal. I've been in situations where, you know, the student section is very brutal on an air ball.
Maybe they're going easy on the Spring Grove Rockets here with a commanding lead right now. 40-25.
And that's a nice crossover from DJ Smith. And they call a block on number 30 for Spring Grove. Avon Myers.
And it's going to send DJ Smith, who has 10 points in tonight's game, looking for more with 4:38 to go. A 15-point lead for Dallastown.
And DJ Smith, number 0, that's at the line right now, so effective because of his ball handling skills. He has a delayed reaction when he's dribbling the ball. He can drop dimes. He has a good, very good court vision. Only about 5'10", 5'9", but has really good court vision. Is the leader of that Dallastown team as he knocks down his second free throw, giving Dallastown a 16-point lead. And checking in the game right now, it's Michael Scott, number 4, the freshman for Dallastown.
Well, and Kenny Johnson in there as well.
And now Dallastown's in a full court press, up by 16, and they smell blood in the water. They're going to go ahead and run this game up as much as they can and get some of their JV or some of their guys that doesn't get that much time an opportunity to play tonight.
Timeout called by head coach Matt Grassel of Dallastown. Got to think things over here a little bit with 4:38 to go. Dallastown 41, Spring Grove 25. And
I'm actually sitting right now with one of Bud Kyle from the BK Classic with one of his sons. We've been talking here for a little bit. Want to say hi to anybody tonight?
Hi,
You want to tell them your name and what school district you go to?
I'm from Dallastown and I'm from
You're from Dallastown, right? Okay, what's your name?
Devon Kyle.
Okay, you want to give a shout out to your dad?
Yes.
All right. BK Classic is another event that we do
we were
once
here.
a year.
Remember, it was pretty chilly that day, remember? But we were in a heated booth.
Yes, we were.
And we went.
That's my buddy. He sits next to me every game I go to, and
I
he helps me out.
Yeah. Dallastown's possession.
Another three, deep.
A deep three comes up short.
And the fans can't see from here, but number 11, Kenny Johnson, such a physical player. You can tell he plays football.
Yes.
I mean, he has the basketball skills as well, but he's strong and just a physical player.
Yes.
And you know, every time there's a rebound, he's going after it.
And it'll be interesting to see where he selects to go to college, you know, to play football at the next level. And, of course, he'll be back next year to play his senior year at Dallastown. One of the players to watch, certainly in YAIAA football next fall. And of course, Jaheim White for York High, another player to keep an eye on.
And we know without a doubt.
Andrew Osman as well.
Yes. And we know without a doubt Kenny Johnson's going Division I at some place, one of them blue blood schools that's going to be in the top 10. So, you know, it's a privilege to get a chance to watch these guys in high school and film them, as we did with Nicholas Singleton, who was the Gatorade player of the year.
Yes.
And the #1 running back in the country. So, and we did 2 games with Governor Mifflin.
Yes.
Both those guys, Bo Perbula, Nicholas Singleton, are now all settled in at Penn State main campus in Happy Valley.
Yeah, entering the spring semester. Best of luck to Bo Perbula.
Mike Scott for
Michael
a three.
Scott's three comes up short. Spring Grove's possession. We're in the third quarter with just under 4 minutes to go.
And that's a good turnover. It's getting a little scrappy out there. Dallastown in transition, kick out to Dylan Lease. And it takes a lot to make Dylan Lease hit the ground. That's the quarterback.
Yeah,
nice contact.
And
he's all but 215.
They list him at 6 foot. Very stocky player there for Dallastown, number 15, Dylan Lease. And checking in for Dallastown, number 33, Owen Strauss, a junior who presumably will be the starting quarterback for Dallastown next year. Remember, they had a platoon arrangement there at the quarterback position this past year for Dallastown.
Dallastown running their offense. Kick out, swing, another kick out. DJ Smith with the spin move. And he's called for an offensive foul as he uses opposite arm to get some separation.
Another one of those calls you don't hear too often, but you know.
And again, you can see Dallastown set up in their full court press. They're not letting up at all. They smell blood in the water. Right now, number 42 has the ball for for Spring Grove, and he's a big man. You don't want him to have the ball too long.
Or he's driving to the net, kick out. And
that's a nice shot
by Bryce Ball, his first points tonight, due.
And right now, the lead's at 13. I mean, you know, it was 15-point lead for the most of this game.
Chipping away a little bit.
With a good stop here, Spring Grove has an opportunity to cut this game to 11 or even 10 points. We'll see what happens.
And
that's a nice setup.
Bartow.
Real nice setup.
8 points for Connor Bartow. Dallastown 43, Spring Grove 28, with 2:47 to go in the third quarter. I want to remind our fans to tune into next Tuesday as will be our next broadcast. It'll be between York High and Central York. Our coverage will begin at 7:15 with tip-off set for 7:30 next Tuesday with Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you.
And Dallastown's going to take a timeout, up by 15 right now. Pretty much in control of this game since the game started. Scored 23 points in the first quarter. You know, and kept that lead and kept that cushion throughout pretty much throughout the whole game. And again, Spring Grove has had their opportunities. Can't really get the ball in the bucket. It's been a very hard night for Spring Grove so far. Dallastown's a little bit more aggressive and, you know, going after the ball. And they have a little bit more firepower, in my opinion, than what Spring Grove has.
But Spring Grove, I mean, I believe last year, if you remember, they went defeated. They did not win a game last year. This year so far, they've won 4 games.
Yeah, starting to turn the program around a little bit. They have some good.
They've had some down
freshman
years
team.
since Eli Brooks has left the program.
Nice pull up at the
And the
elbow.
bucket made.
Number 15 for Spring Grove.
That's Ethan Glass with 7 points. Cutting into the Dallastown lead right now. Dallastown 43, Spring Grove 30. Dallastown working the ball around the court here with just over 2 minutes to go.
DJ Smith with the kick out. Nice pump fake. And that's a charge call. That's a great
Call by number 34, Connor Bartow, a junior.
And Connor Bartow's doing a good job of being that utility knife for Spring Grove, doing a little bit of everything to keep them, somewhat in this game. And he's going out right now, checking in the game for Spring Grove is number 34.
That's Andrew Ziegler for Spring Grove.
Dallastown backs up in a half-court press. Nice spin move. Tough shot.
And the put in by Andrew Ziegler.
And now it's only 11-point lead.
11-point lead and a timeout called by Ryan Eisenhardt of Spring Grove, the head coach, with 1:42 to go. You mentioned an 11-point lead. Dallastown 43, Spring Grove 32. And they're kind of inching their way back into this deal.
Yeah, and Spring Grove doesn't, from the onset, they don't really have a lot of firepower, as we said again, but they play really scrappy. They play hard. They're not giving up. They're chipping away at this lead. Like I said, was at 15, 16 points at one point in time. Now it's down to 11. So we shall see what happens in the next few minutes. It's only 1 minute, 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. And they get a couple stops and go into the fourth quarter with some type of momentum. They then get right back into this game somewhat.
A leading scorer for Spring Grove, Jacob McCoy, has 8 points. And for Dallastown, DJ Smith and LeVare Powell both have 11 points for Dallastown, as they are leading right now, 43-32. And we're back to action here, coming off the timeout. DJ Smith with the ball. DJ Smith for 3, off the rim.
Dylan Lease with the rebound, tip out. And right now, Spring Grove is in transition, setting up their offense with nice cut. It's been like that all night for Spring Grove, getting those opportunities, and they just rim out.
Missed opportunities,
and that would have been a very good opportunity for them to cut this lead into single digits.
But could prove pivotal here for Spring Grove. With under a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Dylan Lease with the ball.
Driving to the bucket.
Somewhat trapped. Surprised they didn't call 3 seconds there. Also want to encourage the fans that if they know of any other scores around the league, to go to the live chat, let us know what's going on.
Yeah, check in, give us an update. I know during the football season, I mentioned to my broadcast partner earlier, Game Time PA updates the football scores. Not so for the basketball season. So we're relying on our fans that may be in attendance at other games.
And again, that's another reason why we started Sports Shooting Stars. There wasn't a lot of coverage for football or basketball on a consistent at a consistent level. And that's a big time steal
by Jared Orweiler.
And if Spring Grove can get a bucket out of this, I'd be very positive. And again,
another miss,
just short
opportunity. And you have Dylan Lease bringing the ball up court to give to DJ Smith, and presumably they'll hold for the final series here.
With about 15 seconds left on the clock, they're going to go ahead and hold off for the final shot. Nice kick out, Dylan Lease, deep three.
In and out of the bucket. Attempt made there by Kerry McWilliams, and we have arrived at the end of the third quarter with your score: Dallastown 43, Spring Grove 32. And it would be a good time to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, and Dean's Auto Plaza. All sponsors, all season-long sponsors for Sports Shooting Stars. We appreciate the support. Thank you to our sponsors, and they're committed to support to our program. As the Dallastown cheerleaders are out entertaining the fans on their hardwood, we are moments away from the start of the fourth and final quarter here. Final 8 minutes. And as we enter, again, the fourth quarter, the leading scores for Dallastown, DJ Smith and LeVare Powell both have 11 points. And for Spring Grove, Jacob McCoy has 8 points.
Want the fans to tune in, go to the live chat. Let us know who you believe the player of the game should be. It's been so far a pretty, well-rounded game for Dallastown. As nobody's really sticking out a whole lot. But, DJ Smith is their leader, and he's leading in points right now. Well, him and number 13 for Dallastown.
LeVare Powell. So I have a couple ideas, but maybe the fans that are tuned in tonight in the comfort of their own home maybe have their thoughts and opinions as well. Check in here with final 8 minutes. We're just seconds away from the start.
Yeah, in Spring Grove, if they're going to make a play, it has to happen right now in the next 8 minutes. This is going to be very pivotal. They have the ball. They have an opportunity to cut this lead to single digits. It hasn't been single digits since the first quarter. So right now they have a great opportunity to get back into the game.
To get it started here at their possession to start the fourth quarter. Spring Grove.
Spring Grove was content with running their offense, burning a little bit of clock, about 30 seconds went off the clock so far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Swatted away there. Dallastown with the turnover.
That's a nice block. And DJ Smith is in no rush right now.
And if you're Dallastown, rightly so, a comfortable lead.
And I say this, Ty, Dallastown came out really hot in the first quarter. They scored 23 points in the first quarter, and since then they only scored 20 points.
Yeah,
they kind of cooled off, and I was wondering if they were going to stay hot like that from the field. And if Spring Grove can hit some of their shots, they could be right back in this game. Get another missed shot. Turnover.
And the drive to the net.
Can't stress enough of all the missed shots.
I would like to see their shooting percentage too. Spring Grove has to be pretty low here.
And they're what they consider bunnies. As far as inside the paint layups, they're just missing them. Just not knocking them down right now. They knock down a few of these shots, it can be a very close game, especially with Dallastown cooling off in the second half.
Yeah, it's there. The opportunity's there for Spring Grove.
Dylan Lease puts his head down right to the bucket.
And the bucket for Dylan Lease.
And that's expected because
6
if
points.
you give a team like Dallastown enough opportunities after all those misses, they're going to come back and hit 2 points, and they're going to extend that lead. When in reality, Spring Grove had an opportunity to make this a single-digit affair.
Yep, and right now you score Dallastown 44, Spring Grove 32, 6:08 to go here in the fourth and final quarter. And the fan base here at Dallastown trying to get behind their team here, who come into this game with a 5-7 record, coached by Matt Grassel in his 10th season. And Spring Grove, Ryan Eisenhart in his 4th season comes in with a 4-6 record. I want to remind our fans that we'll be back on the air next Tuesday as York High travels to Central York. And we would like to take the time to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Parma Pizza of Dallastown, and Dean's Auto Plaza. All sponsors for tonight's broadcast.
And we have Falco Lombardi. I just checked out the live chat. He's tuning in tonight. He wants us to be correct about saying Parma, not Parma. So, we appreciate
You're
that.
reading script like we are sometimes, and they have an apostrophe S there, and a stickler for details as I am. You read them as they are, so we appreciate the
we
correction.
always appreciate the input from the fans. And we have no problem correcting that. Spring Grove is out. Dallastown in their press. It's finally a
put
make for Spring Grove, number 34. knocked
Andrew
it down.
Ziegler with 4 points.
Much needed shot.
Yeah. An 11-point lead for Dallastown with just over 5:40 to go here in the fourth and final quarter.
I have a prediction. I believe that Spring Grove is going to get this game within about 7 points. We shall see.
Well, still plenty of time here. But you can't come back like that to miss shots again for Spring Grove.
Nice spin move from Dylan Lease.
And a big-time 3 by LaVere Powell.
LaVere Powell has kept the pace right now for Dallastown.
14 points.
Leads all scorers with 14 points.
Yes. An
Probably
impressive night.
probably our leading candidate so far for player of the game.
Well, I mean, early on you would think of LaVere Powell or DJ Smith, and a big 3.
That's a
like
3.
that.
Now Spring Grove can make a few of their layups. This will be a different ball game.
Dallastown 48, Spring Grove 37.
Right now, Dallastown's using their patience. DJ Smith with his delayed dribble, spin move from Dylan Lease. That's his move. And they called
hits
a foul that time. Sending Dylan Lease to the line, the quarterback for
At the
Dallastown
charity line, yes.
Wildcats.
Checking back into the game there, Kenny Johnson, Michael Scott, and Owen Strauss. And 1 for 2.
And they have Kenny Johnson there in the backcourt. As we said, a very physical basketball player. Scott's for every single rebound. He got his hands on the ball right there. Dylan Lease with the push. Kick out. And
There's a
that's Kenny
rebound,
Johnson
Kenny
with
Johnson.
the rebound. And when it comes to those 50-50 balls, you're not going to take the ball away from Kenny Johnson. I don't know if you guys can see it, man, but he's getting stronger and bigger. He just has that strength, natural strength.
Recently picked up an offer from Miami of Ohio. That's the college that Ben Roethlisberger played at. Also has offers from Boston College, Temple, and Penn State University.
DJ Smith with the ball with the delayed
DJ to
hesitation.
the bucket and a put in.
Floater. And right now,
13 points for DJ Smith.
Dallastown is rolling. And that's a nice cut for number 42 for Spring Grove.
Connor New. 8 points for Connor New and a timeout with 3:41 to go. Dallastown 51, Spring Grove 39. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Parma Pizza of Dallastown, and Dean's Auto Plaza, all sponsors for tonight's game. Thank you to our sponsors and their committed support to our program. Follow Sports Shooting Stars on Facebook and Instagram for all the latest updates and maybe our broadcast schedule of games added potentially as the season progresses, leading to the county championships, which will be played at York Tech School of Technology.
And if you have a business and you're interested in sponsoring or getting your business out there a little bit more, you can contact us directly, or you can inbox. Our phone number is at the lower third as well with our logo. I know a lot of entrepreneurs and people that are in different school districts that want to get their name out there and their company name out there. We do a great job of that. We love to, promote and do some cross-branding with different companies. So if you got anything going on business-wise or you got an event coming up, go ahead and contact Sports Shooting Stars. We would love to be a part. I'd love to have you be a part of our program.
Always looking for new sponsors with Sports Shooting Stars. And
Just want to continue to grow and work with new partners.
DJ Smith with the ball. Just over 3.5 minutes to go here in the fourth and final quarter. Off the hands of number 42, Connor New. It'll be Dallastown possession.
And checking in the game for Dallastown right now is Dylan Lease, and number 34 for Dallastown.
That's Connor Bartow as well checking in, the junior.
And Connor Bartow's been doing a great job of keeping, getting on the boards and keeping his team in the game with his rebounds.
DJ drives to the net.
Ball
Spring
goes
Grove.
into Spring Grove's hands. And again, Spring Grove, their shooting percentage tonight is very dismal, to say the least. I mean, inside the paint from the three-point line, I mean, it's been very, they've been off tonight.
They have been, and of course it's reflective in the score. Dallastown 51, Spring Grove 39, just over 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. With sports shooting stars, Dew Jones, Todd Edwards.
And if Spring Grove would at least hit half of their shots, this game would be very close. They just can't get it done. Short. Dylan Lease short on that shot. Spring Grove in transition the whole way.
And
that's a nice move.
Connor New hits double digits for Spring Grove.
I want to give a lot of credit to Connor Yu. He's a big man, but he ran that pretty much coast to coast, got the rebound, got to the bucket, used his left hand, and got a nice shot. Nice layup.
And a 10-point lead now, 51-41 for Dallastown.
If you wonder if there's any moral victories that come along with a game like this for Spring Grove, because this game could be a lot closer, but they haven't knocked down any of their shots. And Spring Grove gets the ball back, and now they can cut the lead into single digits.
I mean, there's 2:11 remaining here.
I had a prediction.
Moral victories. I tell you, I mean, Spring Grove could, with a couple of threes, be right back into this.
Absolutely. And I had a prediction that Spring Grove is going to cut this lead into about 7 points. Let's see if that happens. Wow. Right now, this possession right now is very crucial for Spring Grove. Let's see if they can get something out of it.
And a scramble for the ball. Kenny Johnson
gets it.
And right now, if you're Dallastown, you want to kind of slow the pace down. As you can see, DJ Smith walking the ball up court.
Yeah, and Spring Grove is not setting up any press. I think right now they need to set up a press and pick up Dallastown in the backcourt so they can stay competitive with this game.
Dallastown 51, Spring Grove 41. At the charity line here, DJ Smith looking to add to his point total.
He's short, DJ Smith. And that's another rebound for Kenny Johnson.
Kenny Johnson there.
And that's what they got him out there for
Not shying away.
Physicality and to get rebounds. He goes after every single one. He knows his role. He's not a big-time scorer, but he's physical. He can get rebounds, and he can probably play your best offensive player in the post. With 1 minute and 48 seconds to go, Dallastown's up by 10 points. I want to encourage the fans to let us know who you believe the player of the game should be. Go to the live chat, and we like to do a fan vote. You know, we can do it ourselves, but we like to get the fans involved and let them vote for player of the game. And DJ Smith easily gets out of that, kicks out. And the fans want him to shoot a three, but no. And that's going to send DJ Smith to the line. Shooting a 1-and-1.
Yep, DJ Smith back to the charity line here, looking to add to his point total.
DJ Smith knocks down the first free throw,
And 14 points for DJ.
giving Dallastown 11-point lead with 1 minute and 22 seconds to go in this contest. Short on the second. And Spring Grove has to get the ball across the timeline, and they do. Good pass.
Spring Grove will maintain possession here with 1:09 to go. An 11-point lead. And a three-point attempt. In. A three after a couple bounces.
And the game is an 8-point lead right now for Spring Grove, and I'm sorry. They really cut that deficit from like about 16 to 8, and that's been the closest it's been since the first quarter.
1:02 to go, a timeout called. Give the viewers at home the point scores right now for Dallastown. DJ Smith and LeBaire Powell both have 14 points. For Spring Grove, the leading point scorers, Ethan Glass, 10 points, and Connor New has 10 points. And Jacob McCoy, 11 points.
And I was unaware that DJ Smith was only a junior.
Yeah, according to the roster given,
yeah,
he's a junior.
I watched him last year, and he had some really good plays last year. He was a starter for Dallastown last year. Was a main part of the reason why they were winning so many games. So we should expect to see a lot more of him this year and next.
And next year, and potentially a 1,000-point scorer as well. I'm not sure where his point total is, but.
And it looks like Spring Grove is set up in some type of full court press, but DJ Smith easily gets out of that.
DJ at the charity line again, do.
Short.
Off the rim, yep, just short.
And Dallastown's coach, Coach Grasso, is doing a great job of doing these strategic swaps in and out every few seconds for defensive plays and also for the offense.
And another foul there, and it's going to send number 15, Dylan Lease, to the free throw line.
I just got an update on the score from the Central York versus New Oxford. Score was 79 to 55. Central York won that game. They're starting to turn their season around somewhat.
Yes.
They got Greg Gottinger back, doing a 2-game win streak right now, or I believe 3-game win streak. So they started off at 1-9, but now they're starting to get their wins towards the end of the season.
Under Coach Jeff Hogue.
It's been a very challenging year for Central York. Some guys are not there that started off in the middle
And
of
a lot of
the
their
beginning of the season.
Were not by much. I mean, when
Yeah.
you think about it, I mean, they just.
They had 5 losses that were less than, I believe, 5 points, and 2 losses were pretty much on buzzer beaters. The ball just didn't bounce their way this year, but it looks like they're trying to finish their season off pretty strong. If anybody else has any updates or scores around the league, please let us know.
And a steal there by Michael Scott.
Michael Scott, the speedster, number 4 for Dallastown, with a crucial steal. Just checked into the game not too long ago. And you look at the calves on Michael Scott. I know a lot of people talk about, you know, his speed and what he does, man. He's only about 5'8", but he can touch the rim with ease. Has a grown man calves, man.
No doubt.
Had some interest from IMG down in Florida to play for their football, be a part of their football program. So keep an eye on Michael Scott. He may be one of those guys that's going to leave in the next year or two to pursue his football career. .42 seconds to go in the game. Michael Scott knocks down the second free throw.
That's Michael Scott's 4th point in tonight's game. And threw that out of bounds, way out of bounds.
And Coach Grassel's now doing a 5-man swap. Well, I'm sorry, 4-man swap. Gonna get some of these younger players in the game, such as number 21 for Dallastown.
That's Amir Henry in.
And right now, Dallastown's gonna play some keep away.
Right now, a 10-point lead. Dallastown 54. Spring Grove 44 with 36 seconds to go. Sending DJ Smith to the free throw line.
And DJ is knocking down those shots. The junior for Dallastown, number 0, at the line. And looks like Dallastown's going to walk away with a victory. But again, Spring Grove, you know, they could have stayed in this game if they didn't hit some more shots. I know if you hit more shots, of course you're going to stay in the game. Oh, sorry, well, they didn't have the camera on. But, you know, they missed a lot of layups and some wide open layups, to be honest with you. So it's been very tough for Spring Grove so far in this contest. But they never gave up. Like I said, they chipped away. They got the lead down to 8 points in the 4th quarter. But it's just too much Dallastown Wildcats.
And at the free throw line, Connor New is 10 points, looking to add to his point total tonight.
And I believe our player of the game most likely will be DJ Smith. He did a great job at the line in the 4th quarter, securing the win and helping his team get to this point.
Well, as unofficially, it looks as if he has 16 points in tonight's game.
Which leads all scorers, if I'm not mistaken.
Spring Grove's ball as DJ Smith stepped out of bounds.
Checking in the game for Spring Grove's number 1.
That's Jared Orweiler with 21 seconds to go. And under 10 seconds to go, and a turnover there. DJ Smith with the ball. He's going to go the whole way and try to go for a dunk unsuccessfully.
But it's still good to see that. As we said, DJ Smith is only probably about 5'8", 5'9", but he showed he has some bunnies. He can get up there, and that would have been a perfect play to end this game with a big-time dunk.
Well, they list him at 5'11", Dew, and he had some hop there unsuccessfully on the dunk. But your final score, Dallastown 56, Spring Grove 44. And stay with us, fans. We'll make our way down to the hardwood floor for player of the game interviews. And Dew, as we're sitting here, your thoughts on the player of the game?
Oh, I believe it'll be DJ Smith. He did a great job. He kept his team in pace and kept the momentum, you know what I'm saying, you know, away from Spring Grove. His ball control, his dimes he was passing out was really impressive. And, you know, he did a great job. And even that little razzle-dazzle towards at the end.
He did.
To get the crowd involved. I mean, he shows that he has a lot more growth that's going to happen. But, you know, he's definitely our player of the game for this game, DJ Smith.
Yeah, and really there was no doubt in this game. Dallastown kind of jumped out on Spring Grove and never relinquished their lead. And they walk away tonight with the victory and move themselves to a 6-7 record now in Division I play. and Spring Grove will fall to 4-7.
And Dallastown's one of those teams where they had not a really great record last year, but towards the end of the season they came on really strong. They messed up a lot of things for like teams like Central York, and I believe they had a victory against York High last year as well. So they're a team that gets better as the season goes. So keep an eye on Dallastown. You know, they're not a slouch, and they're going to do what they need to do to stay in the game.
RB.
Yeah, you can start breaking it down. Yep.
DJ number 0. Yeah. We're talking to RB, who's celebrating his 14th birthday. He's going to make his way down to the hardwood floor so we can interview our player of the game, number 0, DJ Smith.
And we'll be seeing.
You won't be seeing him more. How about it? A junior. He listed on the program roster here as a junior, 5'11". Unofficially had 16 points in tonight's game, and of course, not too far behind him, LeVar Powell had 14 points. An impressive effort by both of those Dallastown Wildcats, and it'll be interesting to see where this Wildcat team moves forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. As we said again, last year they didn't start off really strong, but towards the end of the season they were knocking off top-rated teams in Division I. It looks like they're on pace to do that again this year. Dallastown is very well coached. He knows his players, and he gets the best out of his players. So keep an eye out for Dallastown. I believe we have another game with them coming up soon.
I believe near the end of the season, I believe Carlisle, no stranger from back in the Billy Owens days, Carlisle will be coming down here to Dallastown, and we'll have that game as well. I believe that may be set for early February, and stay tuned for that. And, of course, follow Sports Shooting Stars on Facebook and Instagram. And we thank you for tuning in tonight. Again, we
also want to tell the fans to stick around for a few minutes. We're going to have a quick interview with the player of the game, which is DJ Smith. We're going to give away a shirt. He's going to give his shout-outs, talk about what he thought about the game, and and talk with the coach as well if you get a chance.
No doubt about it. It'd be a good time right now to thank our sponsors: Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Parma Pizza of Dallastown, and Dean's Auto Plaza. All sponsors for tonight's game between Dallastown and Spring Grove. And again, fans, final score, Dallastown 56, Spring Grove 44. We're going to make our way down to the hardwood floor now to interview our player of the game, DJ Smith. Yeah, making his way up to the bleachers here. But we're going to go down to the hardwood floor. Dew Jones is down there. Your host, Todd Edwards. Again, we want to remind our fans that are tuned in to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and for any and all updates, as we're going to make our way to midcourt. And of course, I'm walking here back towards the camera, but hey, thanks for staying tuned with us. DJ Smith, big game. Todd Edwards, broadcaster, along with DJ Dew Jones, and talk to the viewers a little bit about tonight's game. A big effort from you tonight with 16.
We had to get this win for Brandon. Rest in peace, Brandon. We fought hard. We beat this team earlier, previous in the season. We knew they was going to come out, try to beat us. Couldn't let that happen on our senior night at all.
Senior night, no doubt about it. A big performance tonight, too.
Yeah, it was a senior night, and plus with Brandon, there was a lot of emotions coming into this game tonight, and that's one of those games where you kind of get a little unfocused. As being a junior, I thought you was a senior, to be honest with you, because I watched you last year. You had a lot of confidence, and one thing about your game that I really appreciate and like to watch is your ball control, your hesitation and getting to the bucket, and your confidence. And I think you showed a lot of fans that you can get up to tonight. So what was the coach's halftime speech? How to finish the game, and what's going on, because last year you guys had 1,000-point scorer, Mike Dixon. Now you're the guy this year to control the team.
He just told us to stay disciplined because we had the lead up 17. We just couldn't let him get back in the game, because we let him get back in the game, we knew it would have been a close game. So we just kept the foot on the neck, kept pushing, kept driving.
And you certainly did that. Now, what's next up for Dallastown?
Next game, we play. I'm not sure what we play, but whoever won it, they can get it.
No doubt,
We're ready
no doubt.
for that,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Well, I see you got the game ball here tonight.
have
We
the
also
game
want to
ball.
give you a player of the game shirt. If you can open that up, and if you don't mind putting that on, we'll hold that rock for you. Hold it. Like I said, we're live on TV. So,
would you like to say anything to maybe any fans or family that are watching tonight, DJ?
Shout out my family. They make sure I'm here every day. They put a commitment into me. I've been doing this my whole life. So I appreciate them. They kept me focused on the right path. And I appreciate our fans, too, for coming out every game, supporting us, every game of the day.
No doubt. Well earned. And you talk about 1,000-point scorer with Michael Dixon. You're well on your way to 1,000 points as well. And let's get a picture here
We'll take a
with
couple
our
pictures
player
real
of the
fast.
game. And again, it's DJ Smith, a big win tonight as balloons pop. And player of the game, DJ Smith, all the best to you and your team the rest of the way, and maybe we'll see you in county championships at York Tech.
Yeah,
Dude.
man, and I was going to say, we only give those shirts out to the best players in the county and beyond, man. So you're one of the guys we want to recognize, and we're going to follow your, throughout your career, man. So keep doing what you're doing, and like I said, did a great job tonight.
Yep, all the best again. DJ Smith, our player of the game with Sports Shooting Stars, 16 points, and what a game.
We got the coach there. We got to talk to the coach as well.
Matt Grassel in here, Coach Grassel. Come on in.
No,
here.
you got to come in.
Dude.
You got to come in
Come
now.
on in here. Yeah, now you're committed. Taking pictures. Coach, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Your thoughts on tonight's big win tonight?
Come in just a little
Come on
bit.
in, center stage.
I thought our guys came out and set the tone early, and we hung on there at the end. Spring Grove's a scrappy team, and they play extremely hard and playing good basketball. In Division I, every win is necessary.
No doubt about it. And tonight,
You guys come in at number 4 and them beat at number 5. We were saying that earlier that you're a great coach. No matter what talent you have on your team, you get the best out of your players. And missing a guy like Michael Dixon from last year, and then coming in and having DJ Smith, we think you do a great job with your players. So what was some of the key points you want to get across with your team during halftime, especially coming to an emotional game like this with honoring your one of your fallen student athletes?
Well, again, Brandon Stambaugh is part of our basketball family forever, and so we wanted to pay a tribute to him. But before the game, it was just play hard, play smart, and have fun. And then at halftime, we just said with no letting off the gas. I think we did a little bit. But again, credit goes to Spring Grove for playing gutsy and playing hard. That's how they play.
Yeah, you guys came out ready to go, scored 23 points in the first quarter. I know it's exactly what you want. You guys did a great job finishing them off. You got a lot of football players that also play on the team, so that's also a bonus. And Kenny Johnson, he's just a physical guy that's going to go after every rebound, as you can tell out there. So, you guys have a really good team.
Yeah, I love the multi-sport athletes. We love Kenny Johnson. Just got an offer from West Virginia today.
Nice,
and
nice.
So, we love football players in our program. Give us a little toughness and to go along with our point guard and other basketball guys.
Yeah, and you're right in the hunt for a shot at the county championships.
Yeah.
And with this win tonight.
Dallastown's one of those teams I was saying earlier, they towards the end of the season, they just get better and they knock off some good teams. So you got to keep an eye on Dallastown and their coach.
Yes.
Like I said, you get the best out of your players, and that's something that we recognize.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate Coach Matt Grassel and DJ Smith.
We appreciate it, Coach.
Coach
Have
and
a great
player
night.
of the game tonight. Coach, all the best. DJ,
See you later,
all the
man.
best. And it's another great broadcast here from the hardwood floor here at Dallastown amongst the fans who are still here, which you have quite a following here with the little fans here.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll tell you
Some
what,
of the younger crowd,
They couldn't get enough of you in the broadcast booth and down here on the hardwood floor, but it's a great time to be here, too. And we want to remind the fans, we'll be back next Tuesday as York High travels to Central York. That'll be our next game broadcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and who knows where we'll pop up next after that, do.
Yeah, like I said, we have a flex schedule pretty much. Any game that pops up that's a marquee matchup or high intrigue, we like to go to that game as well. Like I said, the Columbia High School versus Executive Education, that's another game we would really, that's high on our list. I think it's going to show a lot of talent, from out the Allentown area.
And Allentown, a couple D1 prospects on that team as well. And, of course, Kenny Glover, 1,000-point score recently for Columbia High. Looking forward to that broadcast. Check our schedule out again on Facebook and Instagram at Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you. And also, I'd be remiss in not mentioning our sponsors again tonight. 5 sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be here doing what we love to do. Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Parma Pizza of Dallastown, and Dean's Auto Plaza, all sponsors of Sports Shooting Stars.
And also want to give a last shout out as we walk out of here of Dallastown for their fallen student athlete, Brandon Strausbaugh. I know his family was here. I'm sorry.
Stambaugh, yeah.
Stambaugh, I'm sorry.
Stambaugh.
Brandon Stambaugh.
Number 25.
Number 25. His family was here tonight. They retired his jersey. I know it was an emotional night for Dallastown. Dealing with mental health and just everything that comes along with just living in the world today. So we definitely want to be have empathy for, you know, any student athletes or anybody in the world that's going through things. And tonight, Dallastown did a great job of showcasing how much love they have for their former players. So, you know, shout out to him as well and his whole family.
Yep, a shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to you, the fans, for tuning in tonight. And I can't wait to be back on the air next Tuesday with Sports Shooting Stars.
Yeah, can't wait. See you guys soon. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And, you know, we'll be back with that rivalry, York High versus Central York Part 2. The first game was only decided by a last-second jump shot. So should be really interesting how, you know, how Part 2 goes at Central's home. At
Central home. We'll be there. Tune in and have yourself a great weekend. Todd Edwards.
Dew Jones.
Have a great night.
Thanks.
Yeah,